We are transitioning into a multi-generational home.
Like 98% of black families start from scratch, from generation to generation. When I found out that we were gonna have a daughter,
just be, and your people will find you.
Like nothing gets passed down, nothing's continued. If you're not my blood, you're not my family. Blah, 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 blah. That's slavery shit.
You know, I feel like it was sent from God to be a reminder, like, you know, I got you. I know what's best for you.
Make a decision that you're not really gonna be happy with. You start limiting yourself.
It keeps like my inner child alive. I can feel myself literally crashing out day by day. And all you have to do is continue to be patient and stay faithful and, you know, trust the process. Trust in me.
Yeah. All right.
What's going on, beloveds? And to 𝙁𝙤𝙙𝙀𝙨. Very special guest. I can't talk.
I be thinking too much. Just talk regular. I just want to be in character and shit.
Today I am here with...
My name is Hadi, a.k.a. 𝙤𝙤𝙘𝙀, a.k.a. Ty's husband, a.k.a. the engine that make this thing run.
Honey, don't do that, because it's what? What's going on, beloveds? It's your girl, Ty, and welcome back again to Live with Ty. The setup is a little bit different. I hope it's giving cozy, vibey, chill. Today we're going to get into some life updates. I know if you guys watched my most recent vlog where we were celebrating 𝙤𝙤's birthday, I just kept talking about how I had a stressful trip, my most recent trip back to our future residence. Touring houses and just doing the whole multi-generational house search. The vlog ended up being like super long, so I didn't want to make it any longer. So this is us just kind of like talking about what I was going to talk about at the end of that video, but we just didn't get around to doing so.
We're just having conversations about things that we're dealing with as a young couple on a move who has 2 children, and just things that you may be able to relate to. Maybe able to get some insight from, maybe able to provide some insight to us,
right?
And just see, you know. So we're just sharing, and sharing works both ways. So make sure you all interact in the comments, drop some comments down below, and you know, we can continue this discussion. Where you want to start?
If you guys watch our most recent vlog, if you guys didn't, definitely head back to that video so that it will make sense when we're talking about this video. But basically, in the last video that I uploaded, it was a celebratory vlog of our daughter 𝙤𝙤 turning 7 years old. If you guys are completely new here and just new to our faces, we are the Mohammeds, the Diesels, and we have been parents for 7 years. I don't think it's hit me, like the reality of what that is has really hit me for real. It's just like I'm kind of just going with the flow of the day. But in the grand scheme of things, being parents for 7 years is like a wow factor.
Yeah, I don't know if it really set in for you though. It definitely set in for me, because it's like, damn. It's like I got a 7-year-old daughter, about to have a 4-year-old son. Been married for
almost 3 years.
Yeah, and then I'm over 30 already, so it's like I'm just getting hit with the 4-piece combo, no biscuit. That's what it feels like. Nah, for real. For me, it's just like bombshell, 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 bombshell. And what usually it seems like you just it hasn't all the way caught up to you yet. It's just like,
no, I feel like I'm the type of person that just it will be a random Sunday afternoon, and then everything will kind of just like fill.
Yeah, it'll be a random day. The sun be shining randomly, and you just be like.
Yeah, like that's me. Hadi, he's kind of like basking up all the feels, like the days leading up to it, just like, wow, we really about to have a 7-year-old, or wow, we really about to have a 4-year-old. I'm just like, yeah, I mean, we are. Yeah, that's just what, you know, life is. We celebrated her birthday. We went ice skating. It was such a fun, wholesome like day that I feel like it was very wholesome and fun for me, because considering I'm the type of parent that really don't like to do outdoorsy things or like activity type things with the kids, or just around a lot of people anyway, just because it just makes me feel overwhelmed or whatever. But that day it was pretty smooth sailing. Like everything just went kind of just, there was no yelling, there was no like, oh my god, me just trying to like be overprotective of the situation or whatever. I actually enjoyed our outing, which is a first.
I think for somebody like you, that's probably an important thing to do. Different things like that, because you don't really like just doing those type of things, but like getting out on a random day and doing something, or get out on an occasion and doing something that you probably wouldn't just do on any other weekend. I think that's like good to keep.
It keeps like my inner child alive, and that's what I was talking about. Like when we had that game night back during the holiday season, my friend Tia had hosted like a couple's game night, and that night alone was a night that we needed. We literally stayed out until the morning. We stayed up literally until the next morning.
When we pulled up, the sun was up. It wasn't sunrise. It was after sunrise by the time we got home. Like we could have just went on and started a whole other day. That's how much.
Out.
Yeah, we were just out.
But
that's crazy. We got 2 kids, but it just was like, I don't know. Look, you don't let your inner child out in like small bursts. When you get the opportunity,
it's kind of just like takes
out.
over,
Like,
you know.
But letting your inner child out and feeding your inner child is something that I kind of am trying to
do more, prioritize more in this year.
When I think about like me as a child, I'm still the same person. I still more mature, obviously, but like the core of who I am is the same. But just like when you get older, you start limiting yourself.
You feel like you can't do anything until the next thing is done, and exactly. You know what I'm trying. Yeah.
When you're a child, the possibilities are endless. But when you're an adult,
you start to like put yourself in a box. And
it's like once you start going to a job and you start having a 9 to 5, you start working 40 hours a week. It's like your possibilities get smaller and smaller and smaller as your responsibilities.
And that's not really the reality, but that's kind of how we feel in the moment, you know? So we were actually just having a conversation about that, just like figuring out what our year is going to look like, because like I had mentioned earlier, we are transitioning into a multi-generational home. And with that, our family of 4 is already just, you know, enough to live with and to experience and to just be on a day-to-day. So now that we're expanding that in a different state as well, it's just a lot of newness and a lot of uncertainty. But it's like at the end of the day, we all have the same vision, we all have the same goals, and it's like, how can we make everything moving forward in a better space, like mentally, emotionally, financially?
I think even that is perspective though, in terms of like with our family of 4 being like enough of space, like being a lot. I think that's also like in the perspective, because the way I look at it, we got 2 little kids. They're little kids, but it's not like if we was a family of
compared to other parents,
6, like we had a bunch of kids. Like us having 2 little, a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old, and the way that they are, like they're really independent.
They are.
So it's like, to me, it doesn't seem like it's just a lot going on. You know? But I know sometimes
someone in my brain,
you get overstimulated and over it a lot. So that shit can seem like a lot. But I'm like, how I look at it is like, you know, it don't really seem like a lot. It just seems like regular, I guess.
Yeah. Let's get into just how this most recent trip, doing the home search and like touring homes and like looking throughout that whole entire situation, how that was for me. I think this is our second time doing like a intentional home search, and like we're ready to buy like as soon as we find the one that we can settle on. I did vlog a little bit on my trip, so I'm gonna insert some footage from our most recent trip. To me, I feel like this most recent trip, traveling, touring homes, doing the whole shebang, was just a lot for me. Like I can feel myself literally crashing out day by day. Zayla, are you ready for school? Yeah. You need me to do your hair in a ponytail? Bobo.
Mommy. Yes. I was still sleepy.
No, you gotta get up. You leaving me?
Oh, Mommy, I didn't get a drink for you and me.
Oh, you getting a drink? Mommy got some water. Why do you wear the clothes that I picked out for you? It's 20 degrees outside. We're gonna be gone for a week.
Week?
Yeah, be back. We'll be coming back until next Friday.
Friday. And after next Friday, it's going to be next Sunday. So next Sunday is going to be Friday. Mommy.
Next Monday is your birthday.
Mommy. Do you want some strawberry juice? Mommy.
Yes. I would like some. I would like some.
Square dancing? Country music?
One of my bus driver, he put that song on there. I was like, oh, okay. Friday?
Yeah.
Pizza Friday.
Black class.
That's good.
That's for me, Bobo. You gonna open it for me?
It was trying.
Bella, did you give me the other hair tie? Cheers. Cheers. You know, we're going somewhere today. Thank you. All right, here you go. You're welcome. Cheers. What's that on the TV? Ratatouille. What time is it? Oh, Zayla, you gotta go to the bus stop.
What?
You gotta go to the bus stop.
Let's go, Daddy. Hurry up, Daddy. Daddy. Mom, we have to go to the bus stop.
Oh, you put your stuff on. I'll be home. My bad. Come on. Your black jacket. Mama said your black jacket. Come on.
Put your hood on.
Okay.
Where's your Apple Watch?
Okay, let's go to the car. Let's go.
That moldy, this is going to be to you.
Huh?
It just doesn't genuinely, because it's
Can't you
literally
hear from your
bacteria
headphones?
on your. That's what they do. So even when it's dry and you're putting a dry beauty blender onto your skin, it's going to absorb the majority of the product that you're using. I personally just don't like using them, and I just think they just don't do what they need to do. Are free of charge. So if you're here, hello and welcome. What's the giveaway, do you say? It's 2 because I enjoy makeup and because I have a passion.
Comfy bed, comfy pillow.
My mom's so inspiring.
Hold on, let's get in the blankets.
Where's the blanket? Ow!
This
I don't have the blanket. Ow! Ow!
That hurt for real?
Yeah, that hurt for real.
No, it didn't, boy.
This is the dead
Comfy.
and comfy kid. So you two. What's there? I think what's so much.
Yeah, kind of.
As rings around. We have Neptune.
Neptune.
And where do we live?
On Earth.
Right, on Earth. Good answer. Now,
And there's cars on Earth.
right. This car is on Earth too. That's the moon.
Moon.
Yes.
No, show me in the mirror. What'd you say those were?
Look at that.
What is it?
Those are muscles.
Those are muscles.
Those is one muscle.
Let me see all the muscles. Let me see. Oh my goodness. You strong? What are you?
Boy.
And
Strong.
say it loud.
Brave, strong, handsome, and strong.
Give me 5. That's what I'm talking about, man. Say, let's go, beloveds.
Let's go for it. Tell me something.
Scratch your face. Get it down a little bit. You doing good? Good job. Water. And I'm gonna just curl some of your hair at the top. You like your curls?
Mm-hmm.
You look so handsome, so cute. Yeah, I think it's nice. Do you like your curls or do you like your big boy braids?
I like my curls.
You like your curls? Okay. You know who you look like?
Uh-huh.
Take a guess. It's a superhero.
Yeah.
Miles Morales. Don't he have this hair like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, right? You think you want your hair like this, or you want big boy braids for your birthday?
Like this.
For your birthday? Alright, look at the camera. You like it?
Yeah.
It looks nice. Alright, you can go with cousin Greg and play the video game, okay? What's going on, beloveds? It's your girl Ty, and welcome back again to Live with Ty. We're doing another Hailing Mom Diaries, and if you guys seen my last video, then you should pretty much already know what this video is going to be. We are actually in, and hopefully this time around we are going to be finding our home that we're going to be living in, like, for a very, 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 very long time. Are you excited? So Amir's excited. We had a long travel day yesterday, hence I didn't really record much of the drive. It was a 10-hour drive. We spent the weekend in Outer Banks because we randomly had a winter snowstorm on Friday, which was when we were supposed to originally get out here. But because of the snowstorm, and I know never really prepared for any type of winter, snowy anything, we decided to wait out the weekend just to make sure that the roads were safe enough for us to make our travels out there safely. So we got in around like 6 o'clock last night, which wasn't too bad. We started at 6:30. It's a 10-hour drive again, and yeah, made it here safely. And then I just chilled with my cousins and just kind of just relaxed a little bit. But now we are back to business. Today we are going to be looking at 7 houses. Yes, 7 houses. I just can't wait. To see everything. But first I gotta get myself ready. My mother-in-law is on her way to come pick us up so that we can get the day started. We have our first house scheduled at 10 o'clock and then our last house scheduled at 5:30. So this is literally going to be like an all-day thing. Maybe getting like lunch in between. Hopefully we can do that. But we're really trying to maximize our time while we're out here because we are traveling so far out of town, and we, you know, just want to get the best, see the best of what we can while we're in town. So it's literally 32 degrees today, so I want to wear something super warm, comfy, and cute because y'all know I've been really getting into my personal style and stuff. So let's see what I can pull out of my big old luggage. Alright, so this is an outfit option right here. This is another option outfit right here.
Yeah.
This one is kind of giving like, the pants are a moment, so it could be a look. This is giving more casual. I think today, since we're going to be ripping and running, I'm going to do a little bit more casual today. So let's go ahead and throw this fit on and then head out the door because my mother-in-law just called me and she out there waiting for me right now. This is Sweetwater. I mean, the front of the house looks nice, but immediately I can just tell there's a slope. Be careful.
So this one doesn't have any like active electricity.
Okay. Something feels off right here.
It's like a zip.
Yeah. Kitchen is small.
What?
There's a dead squirrel
In here?
in there.
Oh, okay, never mind. What?
I just seen a dead squirrel downstairs.
So this is.
I don't think this not considered a bedroom, is it? No, yeah.
So I don't know what that would be. Maybe it's
Office.
office. This is the dining room.
The kitchen's nice. This is a room that they made into a closet. Well, I guess you can take this out and make it a bed. Take the shelving and stuff out, make it a bed. I don't know. I just think this slope would kind of throw it off, because it's really no yard for you to like be out there. The yard would just basically be the deck. Kitchen still may be a little bit small.
We need one of these sinks. Mm-hmm. We make soap. Mm-hmm.
The ceilings are high. It's small. Oh, that's the basement.
All the bedrooms then.
All right, Booby, which one did you say? I said, which one did you say? Wait, let me show you. Wait, let me show you everything first. So this, can you see my mouse moving? Beloveds, I've been doing such a terrible job at vlogging. My apologies. It's just, when we're in the thick of it, it's just so hard. We're going from house to house to house. We're looking at things. Things are moving somewhat at a fast pace because, like, I want to view the house, but I also want to record it. I want to record it for 2 reasons: so that we can go back home and look at it and like review, and also just to have footage for the vlogs and stuff. But we've been doing, yesterday we didn't see any houses. This is our 3rd day here.
Do you like this bathroom? There's a bathtub in here.
That would be Mommy and Daddy's room.
Mommy, stay there. Mommy, do you see that little door right there?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. It goes to the attic. That would be your room, Popo.
What?
This one.
That one. No, I would be so scared.
Why would you be scared?
Because I'm going to be so scared when I go by myself when it's nighttime.
No, but we're going to make your room nice and comfortable, and you're going to be so excited to be in there and sleep in your big boy bed.
And Mommy, is it going to have a video game in there?
Maybe not in there.
Wait, what?
He said, is he going to have a video game in his room?
Because I want to have a video game in my room.
But anyway, we had like a long talk about just kind of had like a good discussion about, you know, we've been looking at houses. We've seen so many houses. This is our 3rd time coming back here. And it's like we're traveling, coming out here to like view the houses. So it's like we have to
Do you like this living room?
make every effort worth
I
it.
want to peel
And so just like really narrowing down like what are our priorities when it comes to finding our home, and like non-negotiables and things we can't live without, and just for like the comfort of our living situation, because it's already going to be a huge yes.
I like the second one. I like the first one.
All right, so which house did you like more?
First one.
Okay, why'd you like it?
Because it's more wide and it has more trees for privacy.
Okay. What are your thoughts about us making an offer on a house? Put it down, Boo. Good. You'll be happy if that would be your new home?
Yeah.
Okay. But what do you think about the house?
I think I love the first one.
The first one?
I love the one.
Okay. I like this design of a home though. I know.
I mean, it wouldn't be dangerous, but I mean, it could be.
I woke up the steps. We had to get 2 primaries. I haven't exercised in a long time. Oh my gosh. This is elegant.
Bubba. They would take everything out so you could put your stuff in.
I love it.
No, that one.
You do?
Oh, my God.
So when you get to the basement, whenever you get to it, I don't know, where the whole grass, the whole backyard. Yeah.
All
the whole trip. And the whole last trip too. Good traveling. Yeah.
Out there for like 3 to 4 days and toured a lot of homes, and ultimately we ended up not going with any of them. There are a few that we are still like having conversations about, like, you know, is it something that we should reconsider? Should we go back and take a look for a second or third time? Stuff like that. But yeah, for me, it was just a lot.
I wasn't able to come because I got to work. And while I can take off, Zayla got, you know, like we said, we got a 7-year-old. So
she has
got,
her
like,
after school.
Full kid activity. She's on the acro gymnastics team. So she has practices 3 days a week. And then she got school. You can't just take off school. So it's just like, yeah, it's a lot.
So we've been doing kind of like long distance, not really long distance parenting, but it's like we have spent a good amount of time just like me traveling with Zamir and doing, you know, the home search thing, and he's been home handling home and Zayla's practice and doing those things. So we've been kind of like getting a feel for like what that is. Chill.
Yeah, because another thing too, with our move, when we move, we might be doing a little bit of splitting depending on how it goes too. I don't know if you wanted to include that, but you know, yeah, we're gonna be doing, that's like practice for us, splitting a little bit just for financial purposes, so we can save and stack and such.
Yeah, I feel like we can actually get into like a full in-depth like multi-generational, how we're preparing for it, what are the changes that are going to be expected from it, but this video is more so just kind of like talking about my most recent trip and like how are you feeling about it, like how am I feeling about it, like how are you feeling about it?
About the most recent trip? I think it's one of those things that like you can see the age gap, and it's about like finding common ground and stuff. Because like when you have an old school look or an old school like way of looking at things or something like that, or expectation, like you have a more they would say traditional, but I would say old. Like a mentality of how things look and how things are supposed to look, and then you're dealing with somebody who like my mom is, I don't want to put my mom's age out there, I'm 31 and she's 27, so it's like, you 27, you 28.
Cuddy, stop playing. Like, what are you saying right now?
But yeah, so like the age gap of what is acceptable and appealing is kind of different. I know my grandma and my mom are kind of leaning more towards like grandma's house type of houses, which is still not, it's not bad, because the houses are still nice. Yeah, it's still nice and it's spacious and all of that. It's just like the deal breakers are different for like how like in particular there's one house that we liked, that both of us, like me and Yana, loved, on the inside, the backyard, the space, all of that, but it didn't really appeal to them the same way it appealed to us on the outside. So like it's just little things like that are being
discussed. I feel like at the end of the day, when you're doing something as big as this and as impactful as this, it's like there's a lot of conversation, honest conversation, and you know, just understanding people's perspective, and a lot of that goes into it.
You got to.
It has to be like that in order for it to work.
Yeah, because when you think about a house, like a house is it don't got to be a forever thing, but it's definitely not like
it's long term.
It's long term. Yeah, it's not really like, even a short term for a house is like 10 years, maybe like 10 years, which is still like, that's still a good chunk of time.
Right.
And then when you got kids in school and stuff, your term could be even longer, because we're not really trying to switch schools and all that type of stuff like that.
Right.
And so buying a house is an investment. When you're dealing with something like a 30-year mortgage, that's a long time, you know. So like, you don't want to make a decision, or you feel like you're not settled, but like you make a decision that you're not really going to be happy with, and then you got to live with it for the next 30 years. So it's like everything got to be discussed. Everybody got to be on the same page, or like understand what each other's non-negotiables are, and all of that, making everything fit best for everybody.
That was the biggest thing that I was just like, at the end of the day, it's like I can feel how I feel, they can feel how they feel. We all at the end of the day left feeling a little bit sound and down and depressed, because the houses that we were really like gun-hoed for, it just wasn't in our plans. And it's really crazy because on the way home, there was a podcast. I don't listen to Apple Podcasts a lot, but there is this one creator. I don't, if you guys are familiar, the podcast is called Seasoned Dialogue. I don't know the creator's name, but I see her all the time on Instagram and on YouTube and clips and stuff. And she just so happened to post a podcast episode that was talking about the power of transition and how it's, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Don't let it overtake your whole mood, because you was real dry nasty at me.
I was going through it because I'm like, if I'm feeling something, I feel it, and I just need that moment to feel it, you know? And maybe a couple hours, and maybe 24 hours. Like, I just need my time, my alone time to really process it. And then it's like, I think about it, I understand it, I kind of talk myself back to reality, and it is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to link it over here somewhere in the description box below. The podcast is called Seasoned Dialogue, and the title of the episode is called We Won't Rush the Thing. And basically, in this episode, she was talking about diving deep into the essence of transformative power and prayer.
Hey, keep it down out there.
Our prayer is not about demanding answers from God, but it's also about aligning our hearts with His purpose and finding peace and strength in His presence. And she encourages everyone to embrace gratitude, patience, and action while they're waiting for God's perfect timing. And when I tell you, like, I am really the type of person that sees certain things and be like, oh, this was divine timing. Like, this was meant for me to receive this in that moment, because there's no other way for me to explain it. In the midst of me kind of like crashing out, I am being presented with exactly what it is that I need to hear in order to like recenter my peace. And
yeah, because you are pretty impatient. I'm just saying.
In the midst of me going through what I was going through, here comes a random notification about something that I'm literally going through, like a trial and tribulation that I'm literally going through, and how it's literally sent. I feel like it was sent from God to be a reminder, like, you know, I got you, I know what's best for you, I know what is best for the family, and all you have to do is continue to be patient and stay faithful and, you know, trust the process, trust in me.
Yeah, because for real, for situations like this and anything where it takes patience and time and all of that type of thing, it really tests your faith, your faith and your belief, if you really believe what you say you believe. Because sometimes, you know, most of us want what we want when we want it. Mm-hmm. The thing, like they said, you know, we plan and God plans, and God's the best planners. So like that's just how life works. And
it's like keeping that at the forefront, because like in the midst of it, when you're going through it, you can feel like you're just the only one kind of feeling all the feels and just going through this rough patch solely. But it's like being able to like take your mind out of that dark space or out of that just uncertain space and be able to just like allow your mind to be free enough to know that there is something better beyond what you're currently going through. And that can honestly just, you know, you could apply that to multitudes of, you know, life factors.
So let's move on to what we like about these houses. Let's get into the details about what we specifically like. Is that something you want to talk about? How about like what we're looking forward to about this whole multi-generational experience? Like, what are we looking to get out of it? Mm-hmm. What are the things that we're looking for in our houses? You know, something, and why we like it.
If I'm being for real, I think the idea of multi-generational living was always something that I just more recently saw on social media, but it wasn't anything that I necessarily thought that I would actually be going through. I feel like I come from a generation or just was raised around the idea of like, you know, your parents raise you, and when you turn 18, you're grown, you figure out what it is that you want to do with your life, whether it's going to school, whether it's getting a job, but you're doing something. And then you move out, you have your apartment, and you're just kind of figuring out life, you know, by yourself. I mean, not by yourself, but you're just kind of figuring life out at that point.
I feel like that's a thing in the black community that we generally do. Like only black people in America do that.
Yeah.
Like be like, yeah, you gotta turn 18 when you don't even really know how your brain works yet, and you gotta get out there and get it out the mud by yourself. Which I think it does develop certain qualities.
Yeah.
But like, it's just a balance of like being prepared for that, because you get out there and that could like tank your whole experience
on life.
Yeah. And I was talking to my brother about something. I think we were talking about like when it comes to wealth in the black family, like in the black family in America, they were saying that like 98% of black families start from scratch, from generation to generation. Like nothing gets passed down, nothing's continued. Everybody starts from scratch, which I think is like sad. Like
Yeah.
you should be able to continue the progress. Like if we're carrying the baton for our family here, like I would want 𝙒𝙤 and 𝙬𝙤𝙙𝙀
To continue.
Yeah. Be able to build off of what we built and expand on that, and then they pass the baton to their children, and they build. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's how the white people do it.
That's how everybody.
And the thing about it is,
But
can we say that?
What? How white people do it?
Yeah.
You can. I don't care. I mean, that's how everybody else but us do it.
But anyway, like the whole idea for us coming together with this multi-generational living. And it's funny because Atia's mom had commented on my most recent TikTok when I was kind of crashing out, and I was just saying how it's like, I'm trying to stay faithful, I'm trying to stay patient, I'm trying to stay positive throughout the process. And she just briefly shared with me her experience about, because she grew up in a multi-generational home, and where she lived in the house with her parents and her grandparents and her aunts and uncles, and just remember being in like a wholesome, loving environment where people kind of just came to one another, or whatever it is that they needed, and they kind of figured it out together instead of just feeling isolated. And I feel like with mental health being such a huge topic of conversation, and nowadays it's made the decision and the transition that much more seamless, at least for me, to be open to the conversation and seeing how it can work in our household and our family and stuff.
Because it's not common, and I think we're trying to, for our family at least, make that the commonality, make that the norm. Like
we're starting off brand, like we're the generation that's starting basically from scratch, because we're building with whatever we build right now is going to be, the foundation for what I'm talking about for what I'm doing right now, though.
I got you. When dealing with other people and their family experiences, like not just my wife, but like just people in general, it makes me look at how I And it makes it look like what I experienced and how different it is.
Yeah.
Like it's like the way that we do family is kind of like, if we're close, if you're friends and you're around and you bump, like once you bump families with us, your family.
You locked in.
You locked in, yeah. So it's like if your family, like if somebody's family to me, they're family to my mom, they're family to my grandma, they're family to my aunt. Like my friends that are family to me are family to them. So they look at them the same way. And most people don't really do that. It's like, if you're not my blood, you're not my family, blah 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 blah. Which is like, that's slavery shit. But I ain't gonna get on my soapbox on my Black Power shit. But that's stuff that we're trying to. That's generational curses that we're trying to break. Yeah. Yeah. So this is multi-generational thing is just something that we're just trying to do to move the needle forward for our family and for our kids and their kids and stuff like that. Which brings us to our next topic, which is what it's like having a 7-year-old. Like, we became parents 7 years ago, and that to me, from when we found out that we were going to be parents to now, it's like, damn, we really came a long way, honestly. Because like, we just, I don't know, I'm gonna speak for me first, just because when I found out that we were gonna have a daughter, or we were gonna have a kid, period, and then I found out I was gonna have a daughter, that shifted something in my brain where it's like, I adapted well, but it was like, I'm gonna have to relate to this person not like they me,
Yeah. And so, you say this all the time.
Yeah, that's what I think. Me being a man, having a daughter first, I feel like that like helped me as a parent the most, because I couldn't just relate to me. I related to me from a kid standpoint, but she's a girl, she's different. So how about you?
I mean, if I take it back to like when we found out, of course I was in just disbelief. But then when I think about now, it's like sometimes I have a hard time even just like realizing the years that have passed by up until this point. It's like I can only see what I see right now in front of me, and if I don't actually take the time out to sit and reminisce and like look through pictures and go through videos and bring me back to that space, it's like I don't remember it. So I think I want to do more remembering and reminiscing so that I can understand the value of where we are today.
And that to me is that's the biggest thing. Like, I'm gonna get back into the family channel because now I'm doing it for a different reason. But to me, that was the biggest blessing of us starting our little family channel when we did, just so we can like
just to see everything.
Yeah, like because we just go back and rewatch our whole parental journey and watch Layla from being a baby. And
if you guys were to see those old videos, which a part of me don't want to keep as much up because just how I was 21 And now I'm 27, and just the way that I was and the way that I acted, the way that I talked, is cringy for me to watch back.
But it was real. It's you. It's a part of you. You can't forget that. You wouldn't be you without that person. So you
Right.
look at it like that to help you go back and watch. You be like, damn, I really was. You know what I'm saying? Even for me, like now, I feel like even me on camera. Before, it felt like I had to be like, not had to be, but I was more conscious about how I looked on camera, how I sounded on camera. How I
We
acted
both
on camera.
were.
Yeah, but it's like now, after been doing that for a minute, it's like now I could just be like this. This is just how I am. Like,
And at the end of the day,
yeah.
everyone who is successful says the same thing. Just be, and your people will find you. I'm just showing up, talking about the stuff that I talk to him about all the time, talk his head off all the time, complaining about, or just like, venting about. And our people will find us. The people that are on similar journeys, or may not necessarily be on the same journey, but are looking to head in that direction and can just give us insight. We can share insight with them, like you were saying in the beginning of the video. It's just like, I feel like we are truly coming to a point in our life where we are embracing who we are as individuals, as adults, as humans, as partners, and just allowing whatever best parts of us to kind of like come from that. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be like worked on throughout the process, but at the end of the day, we have our lives, the rest of our lives, to continue to work on things about us.
For me, it's about growth. Like even just the discussion that we're in, the community that we're trying to build through the internet and social media and YouTube and all of that. It's just about finding people that can relate to us and we can relate to connect us. Maybe help somebody through something, like as a young couple or a young person, a young black person, young anybody who's just
looking for answers.
Going through something, dealing with different things, different situations that you may be related to, where you feel like you're the only one who's going through this, and you look around, and because social media usually is not a real place.
Right.
You're not the only one dealing with your situation.
You're not the only one. I was about to say something else.
Also, you're not the only one dealing with your situation, even if you feel like you're not, and you look at other people and you be like, they look so happy, they look like they got it together, they look like this. Everybody's figuring it out. Like even people who look like they got it figured out, they still got something to figure out.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
There's literally people who look at us, think that we have everything figured out, and I think that's the one thing that I dislike the most, because I really be struggling every day just to you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I think it looks like that because we understand that we don't got it figured out. So like it comes up like we don't have it figured out, and I think for the people who know you don't have it all figured out and you're constantly working and figuring it out, it ends up looking like you got it figured out, or
you're just in a better position to get it figured out.
Yeah, we're just prepared,
or have the right support.
Early on, we think like we got to figure it out, we got to have it all figured out, but then it's like when you accept that you don't have it all figured out and you just got to roll with the punches and keep learning and building and growing, then it's
like making lemons out of lemonade.
Yeah.
Taking the best of what you have and just making it work for you.
Exactly.
I hope this made sense. I feel like we kind of just did a rampage of just speaking. I don't know. And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, this is the stuff that I be thinking. Like, we may be saying some real shit right now, but in my head, I be thinking like, did I get this right? Like, did it make sense? Or like, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Next time the battery on the camera will be
fully charged,
so we can talk to y'all more. But I think this was good as a good little
test
starter,
a little tester, a little something.
And make sure y'all let us know, or let her know, and she'll let me know how y'all like that. And we definitely gonna keep it going. This ain't the first time we're gonna be sitting in front of the camera and then on the microphone and talking and all of that type of stuff, because we got some things to share. Definitely some things that I would like to hear other people's perspectives on, because she be getting on me all the time. Like, I be having full on like back and forth, not debates, just discussions in the comments on Instagram about different people's philosophies and bouncing different ideas off of people and different ways people think. I like stuff like that. So that type of engagement is my forte. I think that might have covered the our multi-generational living situation
for right now. Maybe in the next couple of weeks we'll have another update, and then we can elaborate and discuss that and share all the things that we're going through with that. But for right now, I feel like that's all the updates that we have. Whatever vlog that I put together, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah,
until next time,
peace.
I think that was good.